Killing me on the tracks has something to do with this hardcore wax. Cause he can find his way with honey, and that this punk rock is funny.
All of a sudden something brought him close to me. He said, is he wrong? So I told him, with the 17 floors of power on the bar, I'm looking in the mirror, seeing Maxwell smart. I think you've gone too far, but you drive a faster car.
And he says, still never know what it feels like going through the day while someone plays Anoka. A killer beat on the tracks has something to do with this hardcore wax. He said he could find his way with honey, and then this punk rock is funny. Killer beat on the tracks has something to do with this hardcore wax. He said he could find his way with honey, and then this punk rock is funny.
I am the co-creator and co-producer of the Evolution of the Diva series, and it's our honor to be here tonight, and you'll meet this amazing band as the night goes on. So our beloved Dolly was born the fourth of 12 children in January 19th of 1946 in a one-room cabin on the banks of the Little Pigeon River in the Smoky Mountains. Dolly has always described her family as being dirt poor. They lived way back in the Appalachian Mountains. She recalls a story and says this: "We didn't have running water or roads where people could come in and out, and there were no hospitals nearby. We had a missionary doctor who was also a minister that had been sent to take care of the poor mountain people. He used to have to ride in on horseback, she said, and the mountain people didn't have any way to pay him with money, so you paid him with whatever goods you had. Your canned goods, your ham, or whatever it is you had. She said, we grew corn, and Daddy used to take the corn to the mill. And when she was pregnant, when her mom was pregnant with her, there were some complications with the pregnancy. So what did Daddy have to do? Get on the old horseback, ride down the mountain, and go get the missionary doctor. They came back up, and he was able to help good old mama. But, of course, how did he get paid? With a big old bag of feed. She jokes that she's been raking in the dough ever since. Music always played an important role in Dolly's early life. Her earliest performance was at the age of 6 in the church where her grandfather was a pastor. At the age of 7, she started playing a homemade guitar. Our first song is Coat of Many Colors. It is a straight-ahead account of a humiliating real-life experience that Dolly has suffered at school when the classmates made fun of her patchwork homemade coat. She said of this song, it's about being human, confidence, bullying, and acceptance. It's okay to be different. It's wonderful that you are who you are. Dolly said this is one of the favorite songs she's ever written. Please welcome Mia Dore.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dee Dee. Back through the years, I go wandering once again. Back to the seasons of my youth. I recall a box of rags someone gave us, and how my mama put the rags to use. There were rags of many colors, and every piece was small, and I didn't have a coat, and it was way down in the fall. Mama sewed the rags together, she sewed every piece with love. She made my coat of many colors that I was so proud of. As she sewed, she told the story from the Bible she had read about a coat of many colors Joseph wore, and then she said, perhaps this coat will bring you good luck and happiness, and I just couldn't wait to wear it. Then Mama blessed it with a kiss. My coat of many colors that my mama gave me, they're only for rags, but I wore it so proudly. Oh, we didn't have much money, but I was rich as I could be. In my coat of many colors, my mama made for me. So with patches on my breeches and holes in both my shoes, in my coat of many colors, well, I hurried off to school just to find the others laughing and making fun of me. In my coat of many colors, my mama made for me. And I couldn't understand it, for I felt I was rich. And I told them all the love my mama sewed in every stitch. And I told them all the stories Mama told me while she sewed, and how my coat of many colors was worth more than all their clothes. But they didn't understand it, and I tried to make them see that one is only poor, only if they choose to be. Oh, I know we had no money, but I was rich as I could be. In my coat of many colors, my mama made for me, made just for me. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm going to come over here by Smiley Tom Bright for a minute over here. I know you were looking over there.
Yeah, where is she?
I know, we're going to play that game all night long. By the age of 10, Dolly was appearing on the Cass Walker radio show, and at 13, her Uncle Buck got her onto the Grand Ole Opry. Dolly graduated high school on a Friday night in 1964, and she left for Nashville the next morning with what she called her matching set of luggage. 4 grocery bags from the same grocery store. Her first day in town, she was at the wishy-washy laundromat because she'd been so excited to leave for Nashville that she just threw all of her dirty clothes into her matching luggage. Well, she was there, and this is where she meets Carl Dean. Now, when Dolly decided that she was going to Nashville, she had had some men, you know, back in the Appalachian Mountains and back in her early days, and she said to herself, I am going to focus on my career. There's no man going to get in the way of this career, this thing I'm wanting to do. Well, day one, there she is in Nashville, and there's Carl Dean at the laundromat. Well, Carl Dean was different. He convinced her to go out for a little bit, and she realized very quickly that he was very supportive of her career. So the two of them decided to get married, even though Dolly's record label said to her, do not get married. She did it anyway, and they kept their marriage a secret for an entire year because she wanted to prove to her record label that she could have both her career and her marriage. Well, the truth be told, that record company didn't last very long, and Dolly was married to Carl Dean until he died just a few months ago. So congratulations to Dolly and Carl Dean, right? Dolly's initial success was as a songwriter, and she was writing songs for a whole lot of other people, but the money really wasn't pouring in. So our sweet Dolly often found herself scrounging for leftover food on the plates of hotel guests. And this is what she said. She said, you can make some real good soup from ketchup and mustard if you try. I guess so. All right. At 19, her first record company brought her on as a bubblegum singer. And despite her request to sing country, they hesitated because they said that her unique voice and strong vibrato was just not suited for the country genre. Would you just want to almost hurt yourself if you were the record executive that turned down Dolly Parton in the early days, right? They eventually relented, and in 1967, she recorded her first album called Hello, I'm Dolly. This album drew the attention of Porter Wagner, and she joined his organization and launched a 6-year streak of virtually uninterrupted top 10 singles for the next few years. Our next song, which was inspired by a red-headed bank teller, also happened to be, this is a true story as well, happened to be a former girlfriend of good old Carl Dean, and all of a sudden that bank teller was making some eyes at Dolly's husband. She wasn't any too happy about it, but Dolly took a little different approach in her approach to good old Jolene. She wasn't like Loretta Lynn that was going to take him to Fist City. She was just going to beg the woman not to take her man. Here we go, Jolene.
Hey, CD. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Feel free to sing along. Begging of you, take my man. Oh, Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Oh, your beauty is beyond compare. Flaming locks of auburn hair, ivory skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like a breath of spring. Your voice soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. Oh, and he talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. Yes, and I can easily understand how you could easily take my man, but you don't know what he means to me, Jolene. Are you ready? Here we go. Jolene, Jolene, Jolene. Oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Oh, Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Oh, and you can have your choice of man, but I could never love again. You see, he's the only one for me, Jolene. And I have to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Here we go now. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. You red-headed bank teller, you stay away from my Carl.
Man, that song's another one making Dolly a whole lot of money. I love the number of people, the number of different kind of music genres that are covering Jolene now. Yeah, I tell you, she's going to be around forever. Her and Cher and Cockroaches, we're going to have them forever. Dolly was on local television long before her family ever owned a TV. Her dad loved the Grand Ole Opry, and back in the day, before they had electricity... Now, I'm going to say some things in this show that some young people are going to be like, I don't understand that reference. And then you just say to them, we'll Google that later, okay? And then there's going to be some of you that go, oh boy, I am of an age that I know exactly what you're saying. All right. So before they had electricity, they had an old battery radio that they had to pour water on the ground wire in order to get the radio station to come in. Back in the day, we had to dial things. Remember when you had to dial it and you waited for it to hit just that 1 second, all of a sudden you're like, oh, it like felt like you won the lottery? All right. So she says this of her young life. She said, I just knew I wanted to be out in a bigger world. I knew there was more than just the Smokies. I love my people. I love my home, but I wanted to do more. So for all over 3,000 songs that Dolly has written, Dolly can't read sheet music. I was surprised by that. But she can play a long number of instruments, and I'll just list a couple of them for you. Much like our very own Scott Graves, you'll see tonight, plays a whole bunch of different instruments. But here's what she can play. The dulcimer, the mandolin, the pan flute, the auto harp, the banjo, the guitar, the electric guitar, the fiddle, the piano, the recorder, and the saxophone.
Dee Dee, and she does them all with long fingernails.
All with the long fingernails. All with the long fingernails. Reflecting on her multi-instrumental ability, she says this, quote, I play some of everything. I ain't that good at none of it, but I try to sell it. I really lay into it. In this 1977 song, she is joined by backup singers Roy Acuff and Minnie Pearl, and also her parents. So I know not everybody can see the TVs that we have on either side, but if you are able to see that graphic that's up there right now, that's Dolly Parton's parents in that picture, and they were the backup singers on our next 1977 tune. Let's do it, friends.
Well, he lived by the apple orchard in a little old orchard shack. His real name was Jackson Taylor, but I called him Applejack. Now Applejack was loved by everyone he ever knew. Applejack picked apples, but he picked the banjo too. Yeah! Play a song for me, Applejack, Applejack. Play a song for me, and I'll sing. Play a song for me, Applejack, Applejack. Play a song, let your banjo ring. Now I'd go down to Applejack's almost every day. We'd sit and we'd drink Applejack that old Applejack had made. Then he'd take down his banjo and he'd ask me if I'd sing. He would play the banjo, I would play my tambourine. Play a song for me, Applejack, Applejack. Play a song for me and I'll sing. Play a song for me, Applejack, Applejack. Play a song, let your banjo ring. All right. Come on, clap along, everyone. Well, that's when I was just a kid, and now that I am grown, all I have are memories. Old Applejack is gone. Oh, but he left me his banjo, and it always takes me back. And every time I play it, I can still hear Applejack. Play a song for me, Applejack, Applejack. Play a song for me, and I'll sing. Play a song for me, Applejack, Applejack. heart of Applejack. Thank you, Scott.
Side note, when we started this band a few years ago, we said to Scott, Scott, do you play the banjo? Not yet, he said. There you go. Thank you, Scotty. By the late 1970s, Dolly began to embark on a high-profile crossover campaign to increase her visibility outside the confines of country music. In the world today, we're so used to artists crossing all the genres, right? We got Beyonce recording, country music. I don't know. We got country artists mashing up with grunge artists and doing stuff on the CMAs. We got a whole lot of different world. But almost 50 some years ago, when Dolly decided to do this, it was a very different world. In her 1977 album, Here You Come Again, became her first million seller. It topped the country album chart and was a top 20 on the pop album chart. How many people own that album? All right, y'all got to get yourselves to a record store. You got to get yourselves to a record store. During this period, her visibility continued to increase, and she did multiple television interviews. She did a highly publicized, candid interview with Barbara Walters in 1977 on her tour bus. Now, I went back and rewatched that video a few different times in preparation years ago when we put this show together. When you have some time, go back and watch that. Just Google it up and watch how Barbara Walters tries to corner Dolly Parton. How she tries to maneuver her into saying things. And Dolly is not, I'm just telling you, Dolly's not having it. It was kind of fun to watch the diva go at the diva on this thing. It was pretty fun. Then she, of course, she was on Cher's 1978 special. And then she and Carol Burnett did a Dolly and Carol and Nashville special as well. These next two songs come from that extremely popular Here You Come Again album. The first song we're going to go for you, Dolly didn't write. But as one of the members of her band said, she was smart and she knew a hit when she heard it. This first song topped the country singles chart and became Dolly's first top 10 pop single. The second song that we're going to do for you is a double A-sided 45. Okay, so can I just remind you what a 45 looks like? Okay, that's what a 45 looks like. Once again, young people, you'll be fine. Okay, you'll be fine. Okay, now for those of us of a certain age, look at that 8-track. It's actually Dolly Parton's, Just Because I'm a Woman. Got this little bad boy for $2.99 at the thrift store. There you go. And some of you did never own Here You Come Again. Come on now. All right, please welcome back to the stage the star of our show, Mia Dore.
I'm wondering how I came to doubt you. All you've got to do is smile that smile, and there go all my defenses. Just leave it up to you, and in a little while, you're messing up my mind and filling up my senses. Here you come again, oh, looking better than a body has a right to, and shaking me up so that all I really know is here you come again. Here I go. All you gotta do is smile that smile. had an ex call you up again and say, uh-oh, here I go again. Breaking my heart again. Oh. In that case, I'm gonna cry these useless tears and wander on down the hall, 2 doors down, right? 2 doors down, they're laughing and drinking and having a party. 2 doors down, they're not aware that I'm around. 'Cause here I am, crying my eyes out, feeling sorry. They're having a party just 2 doors down. Now I think I'll dry these useless tears and get myself together. I think I'll wander down the hall and have a look around. 'Cause I can't stay inside this lonely room and cry forever. I think I'd really rather wander 2 doors down. Here we go. 2 doors down. They're laughing and drinking and having a party. 2 doors down. They're all aware that I'm around. 'Cause here I am, no longer crying, feeling sorry. We're having a party. Just 2 doors down. Now I can't believe I'm standing here, bright eyes, all smiles and talking, making conversation with a new love I found. I ask him if he'd like to be alone, and we start walking down the hall to my place, waiting 2 doors down. Here we go now, 2 doors down. They're laughing and drinking and having a party. 2 doors down, we're not aware that they're around. 'Cause here I am, no longer crying, feeling sorry. We're having our own party 2 doors down. Oh, 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 2 doors down. Yeah, 2 doors down. They're laughing and drinking and having a party. 2 doors down. We're not aware they're around. 'Cause here we am, feeling everything but sorry. We're having our own party 2 doors down. 2 doors down. They're laughing and drinking and having a party. 2 doors down. We're not aware that they're around. 'Cause here we am, we're feeling everything but sorry. We're having our own party 2 doors down. Thank you.
We always say leave it to Dolly Parton that in under 3 minutes she can go from crying and being lonely to walking with a handsome man 2 doors down and making people jealous. Only Dolly, right? During this time, Dolly had her first of an eventual 2 one-season variety shows, both appropriately entitled Dolly. She really wanted those to work, and in those days, if you remember, there were a lot of variety shows. Everybody had them. Everybody was doing them. And her agent and her manager really wanted that to work for her. But she's like, you know what? That's a Hollywood thing. I'm not a Hollywood girl. You know, I'm a country bumpkin. I'm a singer. I'm not all that. And so she tried it for 2 years. Also, it was starting to become very vocally grueling on her. And so she, after the second one, had to say, this is not for me. Dolly turned down several offers to pose for Playboy magazine, to pose nude for Playboy magazine. But she did appear on the cover of the 1978 issue, and then she replicated that cover in 2021 for her husband's birthday. If you guys can see the screens there, you'll see that we got those sitting side by side, 1978 to 2021. Good for you, Dolly Parton. That caused all kinds of media frenzy, man. People were like, what's that woman doing? And the rest of us are going, you go, Dolly? Mm-hmm, right on. So let's go to the 80s for a second. Are we ready to do the 80s? Okay, these 4 people and I are going to the 80s. Are we ready to go to the 80s? Yeah. There you are. Hello. All right. So Jane Fonda knew that she wanted Lily Tomlin to co-star with her in the movie 9 to 5. And she recalls one day she was driving and thinking to herself, who is going to be the 3rd person in this movie? And then all of a sudden, Dolly Parton's Two Doors Down comes on the radio, and she says to herself, that's it. This has got to be Dolly's first movie. So Dolly makes her acting debut portraying a secretary with a sexist, bigoted boss. This movie highlighted the discrimination against women in the workplace and created an awareness for an organization known as the National Association of Working Women, parenthesis, 9 to 5. That's why the movie was called that. Dolly memorized the entire script, because Dolly didn't understand that movies are not filmed in chronological order. So she did the entire script. She said yes to Jane Fonda on one condition, and that was that she could write the theme song. Well, that stroke of brilliance on Dolly's part was an enormous one, because this became a #1 on the country, pop, and adult contemporary charts. Now, again, I'll remind you, this is in 1980. It's not like it is today. This is a big deal. That's all based on radio play and people going and buying records when you had to ride your bike to Music Land to go buy the 45, remember? All right. Dolly became one of the few female country singers to ever have a #1 single on the country and pop chart simultaneously, and she got an Academy Award nomination for Best Song. Dolly's had a lot of looks over the years, as you can, again, if you can see the TVs and if not, just imagine all the wigs that she's had. She's had wigs and wigs and wigs. Now, if this weren't August in Minnesota, you would see Mia Dore come out in a different wig. So now you're just going to imagine that she has a different wig on, okay? Actually, you would see this wig. You would have had a different wig for the first portion of the show, all right? Can we get a little loop on the little 9 to 5 thing? Just a loop. We're not going to quite start it yet. Okay. So this is what Dolly did. She roamed the set, looking at all the things that were going around because she needed to get material for the song she was about to write. Mia Dore, what did that look like? Look like that. So she takes her nails, she gets the groove down, she goes to Jane and Lily and says, okay, this is how it's going to go. Gives it the whole thing. Dolly writes over 100 verses for this song that she never even used because she kept seeing things that made sense to her. Now, if you remember what liner notes are on an album, that was the little sheet that the album sat in. Dolly's nails get credit on the liner notes because they are in the actual recording. Are y'all ready? Let me see ya.
Are you ready?
All right, here we go. Hit it, band.
Woo, are you ready? Tumble out of bed in a summer to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition, yawn and stretch, try to come to life. And jump into the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street, traffic starts jumping with folks like me in the job. 9 to 5. Here we go, sing it. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by. Well, it's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you crazy if you let it. 9 to 5. Yeah, they've got you where they want you. There's a better life, and you think about it, don't you? It's a rich man's game, no matter what they call it, and just spend your life putting money in his wallet. Where they let you dream just to watch them shatter. You're just a step on the boss man's ladder, but you've got dreams he'll never take away. And you're in the same boat with a lot of your friends, waiting for the day the ship will come in. Mind's gonna turn, it's all gonna roll your way. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living, barely getting by. Well, it's all taking and no giving. They just use your mind and they never give you credit. It's enough to drive you go crazy if you let it. 9 to 5. Oh, they've got you where they want you. There's a better life, Or 6 to 8 in this case.
Exactly. The other thing that was really fun about that is that Dolly wanted to include the extras from the 9 to 5 set. So she had them come in, and they were the background singers when they recorded that song. So they got their little moment in glory, too. So 9 to 5 led to other movie roles for our good old Dolly, including the barn burner Rhinestone with good old Sylvester Stallone. Did anybody see that movie? Other than me? And now I want my 2 hours of my life back? Okay. Steel Magnolias? Yeah, we watched that one on the reg, right? And Joyful Noise. In late 1981, Dolly also began filming her next movie, which was The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Yeah, right? Do you know that Burt Reynolds had to wear lifts in his shoes in order to make him appear a little bit taller than Dolly? This is why you wouldn't want to be one of my best friends, because I just wander around telling you aimless trivia stories about things. It's not just what I do for a living. So she earned herself a second Golden Globe nomination for Best Actress, just like she had gotten for 9 to 5. The critics and the public loved this movie. It earned over $69 million worldwide, which is about $210 million today. Okay, so again, now we're getting in our cars and we're driving to the theater. We're not sitting in our cars in traffic, flipping up the Netflix and watching a movie, right? Okay. Dolly has said this more than once about herself. Quote, "The whole magic about me is that I look artificial, but I'm totally real, and people can see that. They forgive me for being gaudy. They forgive me for not being stylish. They forgive me for not being as smart as some educated people might be. People see me. I want them to know me. I'm not bashful. Here, in my opinion, is one of only 2 Christmas songs we should ever hear in the summertime." From the movie, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. How about a Hard Candy Christmas?
Hey, maybe I'll dye my hair. Maybe I'll move somewhere. Maybe I'll get a car. Maybe I'll drive so far I lose track. Me, I will bounce back. Maybe I'll sleep real late. Maybe I'll lose some weight. Maybe I'll clear my junk. Maybe I'll just get drunk on apple wine. Me, I'll be just fine and dandy. Lord, it's like a hard candy Christmas. Barely getting through tomorrow, but still I won't let sorrow bring me way down. I'm fine and dandy. Lord, it's like a hard candy Christmas. I'm barely getting through tomorrow, but still I won't let sorrow bring me way down. Hey, maybe I'll learn to sew. Maybe I'll just lie low. Maybe I'll hit the bars. Maybe I'll count the stars until dawn. Me, I will go on. Maybe I'll settle down. Maybe I'll just leave town. Maybe I'll have some fun. Maybe I'll meet someone and make them mine. Me, I will be fine and dandy. Lord, it's like a hard candy Christmas. I'm barely getting through tomorrow, but still I won't let sorrow bring me way down. I'll be fine fine. Christmas in August. Thank you.
Started making me wonder how many shopping days.
Oh, no.
That's not even start. The state fair isn't even until next week. All right. Dolly didn't care for the way that she looked as a young child and was always the first to the mirror on the rare occasion that there would be makeup in the house. Until she was a teenager, she used some red polka berries for lipstick, and she used a burnt matchstick for her eyeliner and honeysuckle for her perfume. Now, you remember I said early on that Dolly's grandpa was a pastor. She recalls an argument that she had with her grandpa about wearing makeup to church. And he would say, "Do you want to go to heaven?" And she would say, "Well, of course I want to go to heaven, but do I have to look like hell to get there?" Dolly is a highly spiritual person. She's often asked how she practices her spirituality, and her frequent reply is, "I don't practice it, I live it." This is shown in a critical impasse if we think back to the early 80s, right? 1980, 81, 82, seemed all great for Dolly, didn't it? 9 to 5, we had we had the best little whorehouse in Texas. Everything was all Dolly. Everything seemed great if you were looking at it from the outside world. But that wasn't the reality for Dolly. In 1982, she passed out on stage and had to cancel several shows. She ended up hospitalized and had to have some surgery for some female-related issues. She had a complete breakdown and gained a significant amount of weight. Now, on a little bitty frame, a significant amount of weight shows, and as we all know, there has been no time in history that women can't gain and lose 5 pounds without somebody talking about it, let alone if you're Dolly Parton, right? There were a lot of things happening in Dolly's family life. Remember, she came from a family of 14, so there was a lot of things going on. She recalls having a conversation with God. She tells a story about having a conversation with God and saying to him that she was terribly unhappy and she needed some answers or she was out of here. And she tells a story of sitting on her bed contemplating her suicide note when her dog jumped up on her bed and started playing with her as if to say everything was okay. And in Dolly's style, she was like, "Oh, dog, God, same number of letters. This must be a sign." So that little puppy changes history, right? She said that she believed God gave her this time in her life so that she would have a true understanding of what people with depression live with and how people can turn to drugs and alcohol or commit suicide. She said, "I don't shy away from talking about this part of my life because I want people to know that everyone goes through hard times. And when you're an emotional person who feels things deeply, you can only take so much heartache." So let's take all that spirituality and fly ourselves to 2010 where she pairs up with the one and only Queen Latifah to make the musical A Joyful Noise. Did we see that one? Yeah? Okay, it's on your list, people. We're going to go by Here You Come Again album. We're not watching Rhinestone. We're going to watch Steel Magnolias once a year. And now we're going to watch A Joyful Noise, right? Okay. In this movie, she portrays a church choir director's widowed wife. And they're going to get into a big old vocal competition. So she's got one idea, and Queen Latifah's got another idea, and that's pretty much the premise of the movie. This is one of the big numbers in that one. If you feel the need or you are so moved, get up out of your chair, shake your thing, sing along, do the thing, because Meador and Heather Neef and this band are going to take us all to church for the next few minutes. Let's go!
Chances are fading, just stop all this blindness. A new world is waiting. trust, and it tends to keep us apart. Well, there's not enough caring, there's not enough sharing. Too much me, and too much double daring, and too much delaying. Not enough praying, just saying it's not enough. No, no, just saying it's not enough. Well, and this road's paved with real good intentions. We don't need a garden, we just plant the seeds. Promises broken, too much to mention, while people go hungry and make it in need. 'Cause there's not enough love in our hearts. And I often wonder what God must be thinking. Looking down on us, he'd have to be sad. We better wise up now before we start sinking. Gave us free choice, but we messed it up bad. 'Cause there's not enough love in our hearts. No, 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 there's not enough love in our hearts. Well, there's not enough love. There's not enough love. There's not enough love in our hearts. Well, there's not enough love. There's not enough trust. It's never too late to start. Well, there's not enough caring, not enough sharing. Too much me, too much double daring. There's too much delaying and not enough praying. Just saying it's not enough. No, no, just saying it's not enough. Break it down, Bob. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take this moment to introduce this incredible band to you. Aren't they amazing? Right over here. On the slide, you pedal steel guitar. All smiles. Woo! Mr. Tom Bright. Isn't he sweet? Yeah, Tom Bright. Matt Blake is on the bass this evening. Let's hear from Matt Blake. Woo-hoo! Let's hear from Matt. Bob Johnston is on the drums. Woo! That's right. Whoa, sounding good so far, aren't they? There's more. Scott Graves, you got something to say, Scotty Graves. That's right. Woo-hoo.
Take as long as you want on your solo. Go ahead and elongate it.
That's right, Scott Graves on guitar and banjo and acoustic. What you gotta play for yourself there, Jesse Mueller? That's right. Let's hear it one more time with Jesse Mueller. I'm gonna take a quick second. Yeah. just to say, just say, just say, just say, it's not enough.
That is me, Adore. That is me, Adore, the star of our show. We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we got a whole lot more to share you with Dolly. We'll see you in a few short minutes, friends. Thank you.
Thank
We'll
you
be right
also
back.
very much. Thank you, Dee Dee. Let's hear it for DJ Dee Dee.
Every other last one who ain't gone yet. Half-glass lady, so devil. I'm swimming fast, but I can barely see land. He's like a pistol going off in my hand. And on the surface, everything is okay. But something's breaking and it's calling my name. The undercurrent here, it
screaming, screaming at me. I am Muhammad, Muhammad Ali. Make me stop screaming, screaming at me. Trouble stop beating down on me.
She's a wild child. She's a wild child. She's a wild child. A real wild child. She's a wild child, 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 a real wild child. You should have a warning on the box, have voltage, TikTok. You electrify my senses, my God, you take me places. Oh, you're a real wild child. Oh, you're a real wild child. Oh, you're a real wild child. Oh, you're a real
it's a good time making me so sad. Oh, I better go. Cause every single moment I'm down, there's a bell around. Yeah. Cause every time I lose control, there's a woman around. Yeah.
To it. And it ultimately cost her the loss of much of her core country audience fan base. Country fans love their country music, and they were having a hard time with the fact that she was trying to do something in the pop world. So in 1997, she dissolved her own fan club, the one that had been one of the most staunch in all of country music. But we all know that her career was far from over. Beginning in 1999, she made a move to come full circle to the music that she grew up hearing and began rebuilding a tradition-minded fan base with a series of critically acclaimed bluegrass albums. Her first bluegrass album won a Grammy Award for The Grass is Blue. Dolly has said this is one of her favorite songs. Please welcome the incomparable Jessie Mueller and the star of our show, Mia Dore.
Well, thank you all for sticking around. Give yourselves a hand for still being here. Thank you. Now I'm ready, Jessie. Well, I've had to think of some way to survive since you said it's over and told me goodbye. And I just can't make it one day without you unless I pretend that the opposite's true. much can a heart and troubled mind take? Tell me, where is that fine line before it all breaks? Can one and their sorrow just cross over it and on into the land of insanity's bliss? Oh, there's snow in the tropics, there's ice on the sun, it's hot in the Arctic, and crying is fun. And I'm happy now, and I'm so glad we're through. And the sky is all green, and the grass is blue, and the rivers flow backwards, and my tears are dry, and swans hate the water, eagles can't fly. But I'm alright now, now that I'm over you, and the sky is green, and the grass is blue. The sky is green, and the grass is blue. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, let's bring the rest of this amazing band back to the stage. Let's welcome back to the stage Heather Neef, Scott Graves, Bob Johnston, Tom Smiley Bright, and Matt Blake.
We got hooked up here.
You did. You got a whole thing going on up in here. You got a hootenanny going up in here.
What did I
What did
tell?
you
Dee
do?
leaves the stage for 5 minutes and it's all messed up.
Saying. So Dolly's dad was unable to read, and his illiteracy inspired a passion for her, and she created the Dolly Parton's Imagination Library in 1995. So since 1995, she has been mailing, the program has been mailing one book to each enrolled child from the time they are born to the time that they are 5, and giving them an opportunity to have a book to read. At this point, over 200 million books have been gifted to over 1,600 local communities that provide the Imagination Library to the kids. This includes places in the United States, just to name a few, the United States and Canada, the UK, Australia, and the Republic of Ireland. In 2018, Dolly was honored with the charity for sending out its 100 millionth book, and her own book, The Coat of Many Colors, is part of the Library of Congress. In 1985, she and some other investors opened Dollywood. Have you guys been to Dollywood? Oh, there we are. We found the party people, friends. We found the party people. If you don't know what Dollywood is, it is a theme park near her hometown, which became one of the South's leading attractions for tourists, and attracting more than 4 million people a year. She said of Dollywood, she said, quote, "I would honestly say that with all the awards and all the things that I've done in my life, Dollywood is one of the greatest dreams that I've ever had come true. I'm so proud of it, I can't even begin to tell you. Dollywood is real special to me." They actually have a program at Dollywood that is designed for the people who work at Dollywood. She pays for them to go to college. This woman, honestly, her giving is unbelievable. Dolly and her husband, Dean, raised 5 of her younger siblings in Nashville. Her nieces and nephews referred to them as Uncle Peepaw and Aunt Granny. would you look at Meador for a minute and tell me that you want to call her Aunt Granny? And, of course, there's also an Aunt Granny restaurant over there at Dollywood. She said, quote, I think I became more productive through not having children. I never really had the desire to have them, and my husband didn't either, so it worked out well. I've never been pregnant, so I thought that God must have meant that all the other children's, everybody else's children, should be mine. Okay? Dolly is the godmother to who? Miley Cyrus. Score 1 for you good people. There you go. All right. She also has a life-size statue of herself in her hometown, outside her hometown courthouse. And she's got a few tattoos. So Dolly says, you know, I've had some surgery for some things. And I have some fair skin, and sometimes it leaves a little mark. So if there's a little mark, I have a little tattoo put there. And she said, I do them in the light pastels, and they're like lace and butterflies. I was a little surprised that she has those, but it felt better knowing that it was lace and butterflies and not skulls and crossbones. So she has had the same creative director for the last 3 decades. There is one man, his name is Steve Summers, and he is responsible for the creation of the look of Dolly. He designs 300 outfits for her a year. Let me say that again. He designs 300 outfits for her a year. There are only 365 days in the year. Like, maybe he doesn't make one for Sundays. Maybe, like, Sundays is the day off, right? So he does that. He also embellishes her guitars and all the sequin stuff and all the things. He said she used to wear real diamonds. She used to wear all real jewelry. But the problem with Dolly is that when somebody would come up and go, oh, hey, I really like those earrings, she would just take them off and give them to someone. And he would be standing there thinking, that's thousands of dollars you just gave away. So he would say to her, Dolly, those were real. Okay? She'd say to him, okay. He's like, so I put her in the fake stuff. It's for the best. So we're going to go back to the 1980s, and this hit comes from Dolly's 1987 album, because the pop stuff wasn't working so well for her, so she began to focus again back into the country. This comes from the White Limousine album. The question is, to you people of Anoka, why'd y'all come in here looking like that?
Why'd you come in here looking like that? In your cowboy boots and your painted on jeans, all decked out like a cowgirl's dream. Why'd you come in here looking like that? Here comes my baby. He's dragging my heart behind. He's driving me crazy. Oh, who says love is blind? He's got a wandering eye and a traveling mind. Big ideas and a little behind. Out with a different woman every night. Now he's dancing on this heart of mine. Why'd you come in here looking like that? In your high heel boots and your painted on jeans, all decked out like a cowgirl's dream. Waltzing right in here looking like that. Why'd you come in here looking like that? When you can stop traffic in a gun, he said, while you're almost giving me a heart attack. When you waltz right in here looking like that. I just can't stand it. Oh, to see him out of town. He's out slow dancing with every girl around. I'm a soft-hearted woman, he's a hard-headed man, and he's gonna make me feel just as bad as he can. He's got himself a mean streak a half mile wide. Now he's dancing on this heart of mine. Why'd you come in here looking like that? Your high heel boots and your painted on jeans, all decked out like a cowgirl's dream. Waltzing right in here looking like that. Yeah, you're welcome to dance. Come here looking like that in your high heel boots and your painted on jeans, all decked out like a cowgirl's dream. Waltzing right in here looking like that. Why'd you come in here looking like that? When you can stop traffic in a gun, he said, while you're almost giving me a heart attack. When you waltz right in here looking like that. Why'd you come in here looking like that? Why'd you come in here looking like that? Woo!
We got got so excited watching the dancers that we missed our little
It's true.
key change
Yeah.
there.
I thought Tom was going to do a whole nother little
was
solo in
mesmerized.
there.
I knew that's what happened. I'm like, you got distracted by Dancing with the Stars out here at the
And
Anoka
Tom,
Pride.
bright smile. I did.
That's good. In 1987, Dolly pairs up with Emmylou Harris and Linda Ronstadt to create the first of the trio albums. They initially do eventually 3 of them together. It had been 10 years they were trying to make this album happen, and they just couldn't do it because there was just too much going on in all of their careers. This becomes one of the best-selling albums of 1987 and is only held out of the #1 spot by Michael Jackson's Thriller and Lionel Richie's Dancing on the Ceiling. That tells you how good it is. This song features Heather Neef, our vocal director, and Mia Dore.
To know him is to love him. Just to see him smile makes my life worthwhile. To know him is to love him, and I do. I'll be good to him. I'll bring love to him. Everyone says there'll come a day when I'll walk alongside of him. Yes, just to know him is to love him, and I do. How blind can he be? Someday we'll see that he is meant for me.
Let's give it up for Tom Bryant, everybody.
To know him is to love him. Just to see him smile makes my life worthwhile. To know him is to love him, and I do. And thank you so much. Beautiful John.
I know, and the dancers still looking good out there. So you get to be in on a little secret. We normally have Corey Amundsen normally is with us, and he at the last minute was unable to join us today. And so, you know, much like you guys in your jobs, or your situations in life, you're like, okay, we got a plan. So when you heard me refer to Heather Neef as our vocal director, you're like, what does she direct exactly? Well, Corey and her and Mia, right? So Heather is going to step in on this next song. I'm kind of guessing you might know what it is. What do you think our next song is? Thank you very much. Okay, cheaters who've seen the show before. Cheaters never win and winners never cheat. Or something, I don't know. Thank you, Jesse. All right, so we're going back to 1983. This next song is a duet, but it was never intended to be a duet. It was written by the Bee Gees for Kenny Rogers. Kenny Rogers was in the studio for 4 days trying to sing this song, and it just wasn't working for him. And he's like, I can't do it. This isn't it. I'm not feeling it. You know. And Barry Gibb said, hold the line. I've got the solution. Gets on the phone, dials it, calls someone, as we did in the 80s, calls Dolly Parton, says, I need you to come over. I think we've got an amazing duet experience here. Come on over. She does. Of course, we know the rest is history. Dolly and Kenny made a lot of music together. There was a lot of music for the two of them together, which, of course, started all the rumors a-swirling about the two of them. Dolly says this about her relationship with Kenny. I love him just like one of my brothers. Our voices blended beautifully together, but that's where it ends. Now, if you listen to interviews with Kenny Rogers, he admits fully that he went full throttle trying to get Dolly to change that brotherly love kind of a thing. All right. This song spent 2 weeks at #1, and according to Country Music Television, it is one of the best duets of all time. Please welcome Heather Neef and Mia Dore.
Sitting in for Corey Amundsen this evening, Heather Neef.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown. And I set out to get you with a fine tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on. You do something to me that I can't explain. And hold me closer and I feel no pain. Every beat of the heart, we got something going on. Tender love was blind. It requires a dedication. All this love we feel needs no conversation. We ride it together, making love with each other, Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world. We rely on each other.
Heather Neve.
Heather Neef is right.
Channel a little baritone there.
Actually, I thought that was channeling a lot of baritone right there. How low can you go? I'd like to say a big hello to everybody watching at home, by the way. Thank you to the TV crew for being here today and streaming this for us.
Yeah. QCTV covered it.
Yeah, love it. Dolly is no stranger to public criticism of her look or her vision for herself. She is open about the fact that she's had cosmetic surgery. She says, and I quote, "I look at myself like a show dog. I've got to keep her clipped and trimmed and in good shape." She says, "I've had some cosmetic surgery, especially after I lost weight and stuff, and I've had my breasts lifted but not injected. That would scare me to death anyway." Okay? She often refers to her breasts as her weapons of mass distraction. If you guys can see the picture that's over there right now, it's her and Sly Stone. I can't call him Sly anymore based on the lack of slyness in that one. There you go. When she was asked about future plastic surgery, she has famously said, and we've heard it all, right? "If I see something sagging, bagging, or dragging, it's going to get nipped, tucked, or sucked." It's only about money, friends. Dolly has repeatedly joked about her physical image and her surgery, saying to Johnny Carson, "It takes a lot of money to look this cheap." In 2008, she released her 40th studio album, and it was the first off of her then newly created Dolly record label. This one is called Backwoods Barbie, and it's about Dolly's own experience with her criticism.
Well, I grew up poor and ragged, just a simple country girl. And I wanted to be pretty more than anything in the world. Like Barbie or the models in the Fredericks catalogs. From rags to wishes in my dreams, I could have it all. I'm just a backwards Barbie, too much makeup, too much hair. Don't be fooled by thinking that the goods are not all there. Don't let these false eyelashes cause I run true and deep. Take it away, boys. I've always been misunderstood because of how I look. Don't judge me by the cover, cause I'm a real good book. So read into it what you will, but see me as I am. The way I look is just a country girl's idea of glam. Just a backwoods Barbie in a push-up bra and heels. I might look old official, but where it counts I'm real. And I'm all dolled up and hoping for a chance to prove my worth. 'Cause even backwoods Barbies get their feelings hurt. I'm just a backwoods Barbie, too much makeup, too much hair. Don't be fooled by thinking that the goods are not there. Yeah, I can see where I could be misjudged upon first glance. But even backwoods Barbies deserve a second chance.
explains a lot now, doesn't it? Thank you. Thank you so much. Now, Dolly Parton, as Dee Dee said, has written over 3,000 songs. And she writes her songs as she always has, with a piece of paper and a pencil and a recorder. Even though she plays lots of instruments, that's how she writes over 3,000 songs.
What kind of recorder?
One of those kind where you hit record and play at the same time with a cassette in there. She still records that very way. And Dolly says, now I've never shied away from any topic, whether it was suicide or prostitution, women's rights, or whatever. This next song is no exception. And Dolly has written all different kinds of songs. And this one, of a sensitive nature that only Dolly Parton could actually, truly write. Are you guys ready for this? Are you all ready for this? Oh! Well, I'm past ready for this. Eve, you wicked woman, put your curse on me. Why didn't you just leave that apple hanging in the tree? You make us hate our husbands, our lovers, and our boss. Now I can't even count all the good friends I've already lost because of the PMS blues. PMS blues, you know. PMS blues. You know what I'm talking about. I don't even like myself, but it's something I can't help. I got those. God almighty, I want to slap somebody. PMS blues. Hey. Most times I'm easy going. Some say I'm good as gold. But when I'm PMSing, I tell you, oh, I turn so mean and cold. Those not afflicted with it, you're affected just the same. You poor old man just have to grin and say, yeah, baby, I feel your pain. PMS blues. PMS, you know you must forgive us. I got those I can't stop crying and dishes flying. PMS blues. But as soon as this part's over, oh good Lord, here comes menopause. Oh Lord, Lord. We're always going to be a heap of fun, aren't we? I'll tell you what, it's like the devil. The devil has taken over my body. Oh, suffering and suffering, everybody's suffering. That's right. But a woman had to write this song. A man would be scared too. Lest he be called a chauvinist or just fall victim to PMS blues. You know we kill for less than that. PMS blues. Oh, PMS blues. You don't want to cross my path, 'cause a pit bull ain't no match for these teeth are clenching, fluid retention, head is swelling, I can't stop yelling. Got no patience, so hateful. PMS blues. Premenstrual syndrome. I got those moods are swinging, tears are slinging. Nothing fits me when it hits me. Hesitant, ratting, raving, misbehaving. PMS blues. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? You ladies, you want a witness to these PMS blues? 'Cause you sure know what I'm talking about, lady. That's right, you men, you want a witness? That's right, brothers. Tell it, brother, 'cause you sure know what we're talking about. It's okay, guys. You can witness. They've been a witness. Whoa, yeah. You little kids, you want a witness? You want a witness about that mean old mama of yours? I'm talking to the kids, mamas. You stay out of this. You did enough to those poor kids already. Isn't that the truth? Now, you know, it's the only time in my whole life I ever even think about wishing I'd been born a man. But you know one thing? If I'd have been born a man, guess what? I would be somewhere right now, right this very minute, with some old cranky, nagging, ragging, hateful woman with those PMS blues. PMS blues, yeah. No, I don't want to talk about it, 'cause we all could live without it. I got those treat your kids bad, don't you talk back, gone ballistic, unrealistic. Oh, down, I'm a bitch to be around. What you looking at? As only Dolly could write it.
As only Dolly could write it. It is always entertaining to look out at a crowd when Mia does that song and realize the people who've never heard it, then the women who have lived it, the women who are currently livid who high-five each other around the menopause thing, and the men who are like, don't react. Even when she calls us out, don't react. We're going to pay for it later. Don't laugh. Don't say a thing. Just don't do anything.
It's okay. You're safe with your friend Dolly.
You're safe here. It's when they get home, Mia, that's the problem. They're like, oh, thought that PMS was real funny, did you? Huh? Okay. We would like to say a big thank you to all of you from the bottom of all of our hearts for spending your one and precious life with us tonight. We know you have a lot of choices of the ways to spend your life, and we do appreciate you saying yes to being with us tonight. Thank you very much from all of us, you guys. We'd also like to say a big, huge thank you to the city of Anoka, and particularly to Nikki Jenkins, who reached out to us months ago and said we would love to have you as part of the Wednesday night music series. We also, as a collective band, also do a Linda Ronstadt show. And we're going to work to see if we can see you next summer doing that show here. This has been a beautiful venue. We'd love to see you guys again. All right. Dolly Parton's 1974 song, I Will Always Love You, was written as Dolly's way of getting through to Porter Wagoner. You remember way back in the day when she was with Porter Wagoner. Porter Wagoner, of course, didn't want her to leave because, you know, she brought him to a whole new place. You know, he'd been around a long time, but Dolly was a fresh new thing for him and made him relevant in a whole new way. And so he wouldn't listen to her when she went to him and said, Porter, I need to go. No. I mean, he held a million things over her head to keep her from walking away from him. So she sat down and she wrote, I Will Always Love You, as a way to getting through to him. Well, it got through to him, and he said, you know what, go. And it also got through to a lot of other people. It went to #1 on the country chart. Elvis Presley wanted to record I Will Always Love You. So in 1974, his manager calls Dolly, because that's what we did back then. We called Dolly and said, Elvis wants to record I Will Always Love You. And she was so excited because she said, I loved Elvis. I wanted him to hear him sing my song. And then the colonel said, but the problem is that the issue is you need to sign over 50% of your publishing rights to Elvis. And she's like, I can't do that. She's like, this is my song. She's like, this is my song. I don't know that it'll ever be anything, but I can't do that. She said, my songs were like my children. I needed them to support me when I was older. And so she never got to hear Elvis record her song. And she said, I cried all night over the fact that I was never able to hear him do the song. So then Elvis gets divorced from Priscilla. And Priscilla calls Dolly and said, I want you to know that Elvis sang your song to me on the stairs of the courthouse on our way out after our divorce had been declared by the judge. And she said, I thought that was really so very special that someone else would experience that song in the same way. She said, it touched me so deeply. And she said, they played the song at Whitney Houston's funeral. And she said, I thought for the very first time, you know, they just might play this song when I go. Do we think so? Probably so. People weren't, let me ask this, and I'll declare it to you. When I first heard Whitney Houston's version of I Will Always Love You, I was like, okay, that seems like a lot. Did we feel that way? Can we admit that we felt that way a little bit? Okay, so we did, right? Because I was saying to these nice friends who I just met tonight, that the first time, just quick side story, the first time I ever saw Dolly Parton, now I was born in 1964 when she graduated from high school on a Friday night and left for Nashville, right? So my whole life had been about Dolly Parton's music. So to hear anybody else sing a Dolly Parton song, up until that point I never had. And the first time I watched her walk out on stage at the Minnesota State Fair, I just started to sob. Because I'm like, that is Dolly Parton right there. You know, I'm sitting at the top of the bleachers, but she's right there, right? So a lot of people felt that way about it. And so Dolly got a lot of people like, who does she think she is? This isn't right, blah, blah, blah. And you know what Dolly's response was? It's her recording, but it's my song, and she made me rich. Do you know how that song came around? Kevin Costner said, we need a big ballad in the Bodyguard movie. So he said, I'm going to find a song. So he came to David Foster, who ends up being the producer and the writer of most of the songs in the Bodyguard soundtrack. And he said, I think I found the song. It's called I Will Always Love You. And he said, I think this is going to be the one. So he goes off, sends his assistant off to go find a recording of this song to give to David Foster because David Foster had never heard the song. So he goes off to the music store, and all he can find is Linda Ronstadt's cover of Dolly Parton's song. Well, it doesn't have a third verse. So they get to the recording studio, and they're in the thing, and they're starting to record, and all of a sudden they're like, well, let's go to the third verse. And the musicians are like, there was no third verse. You didn't give me a third verse. So they end up writing on the fly the third verse to this whole song. So he calls, David Foster gets on the phone, calls Dolly and said, we're recording your song, because that's what you do in the industry. You tell somebody you're going to record their song, okay? So he calls and says, we're going to record your song. And she goes, oh, that's nice. Okay, that'll be great. Thank you very much. Click. So she never hears another word about it. The first time Dolly hears this song in Whitney Houston's version, which we're not going to do Whitney's, of course, we're going to do Dolly's. But the first time that she hears it, she's driving in her car. And she said, I literally had to pull over because I had no idea that my little song could ever become that. So Dolly decides to take a percentage of her proceeds from Whitney's version of that and turns it back into the city of Nashville to help people of color advance themselves in business. That's who Dolly Parton is. So you would remember that way back in the very beginning of the show, we did Jolene. She wrote Jolene and I Will Always Love You in the same evening. If you're only going to write 2 songs in your whole career, Dolly Parton, those are the 2 to write, right? Those are the 2 to write. All right, very quickly, I will tell you that in 2019, there was a study done. It's called the Global Q Score, and it's about how people feel about a brand. Okay? And so Dolly Parton is a brand. She's a human being, but she's a brand. And so they ask questions about how you feel about that brand. And in 2019, she scored in the top 10 globally of all the brands that were out there. the other people that were music people that scored in that scoring, Beyonce in that year scored at number 52, and Lady Gaga scored at number 41. And Dolly was in the top 10. Pretty amazing, right? Dolly said, I've been around longer than most of my fans have been alive. In the last decade, that is true. In the last decade, 80% of her fans have gone from being over the age of 55 to under the age of 55. That's why Dolly, Cher, and Cockroaches will forever be with us. All right. We would like to introduce this amazing band to you one more time, if you would please. This is Tom Bright on the steel guitar. This is Matt Blake on the bass. Holding down our rhythm is Bob Johnston on the drums. Scott Graves on the banjo and the guitar. Of course, this is Jesse Mueller with all of his 400 fingers flying across the keys. This is Jesse Mueller. All of our graphics tonight have been facilitated by our friend Richie back here, taking care of the graphics for you. Thank you, Richie. Zach Thayer is the guru of all the sounds. Zach has made us sound amazing tonight. Please give it up for Zach Thayer. Heather Neef, of course, our vocal director. And, of course, the one and only Mia Dore, who is the star of our show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dee Dee Paget.
Thank you very much. Our last song is the way that Dolly ends all of her concerts, and so we're going to end it this way, too. Thank you very much, and we will always love you.
If I should stay, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you each step of the way. Bittersweet memories, that is all I'm taking with me. Goodbye, please don't cry. We both know I'm not what you need. And I hope life treats you kind, and that you have all you've ever dreamed of. And I wish you joy and happiness. But above all this, I wish you love.
much. If you would like to follow me, my name is Mia Dore. M-I-A-D-O, 2 R's. Thank you.
At the kind of car I drive.
Prepare for liftoff. T minus 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I know V tiptoeing on a cloud, ain't ever hit it down, I'm always hit it up. Like a rocket, moonwalking on a comet. Businessman got the sign on the dotted. First class flight.